Hey, got a minute or 60? Peep this. This is me. I'm starting out this new thing. It is the Blerd Dad podcast, and basically, it's just me talking about becoming a dad, which is kind of crazy. Did not think that I would ever do it, but look right there. There's a new player about to be introduced, and I thought it would be cool to just have a platform to talk about my feelings going into this whole new endeavor, which is fatherhood, which is kind of frightening, um, and just kind of I don't know, just clear the air. Like I already got beef with my kid. No, I just just wanted to get things off my chest and talk about it. So I think this will be fun. It's going to be um, a podcast about fatherhood and growing up or raising up a kid in kind of a blurred environment. I'm a black nerd. I like a lot of nerdy things, and it's just what kind of things am I going to be introducing this kid to? So that's what this is going to be. It's going to be a lot of talks about that. I'm probably going to have some interviews with different people. I know the first person I got to talk to is Alex Brown, who happens to be another comedian in this area and also a father. So he had hit me up and he said that he wanted to be on another podcast, and I was like, "Well, how about this new one that I'm starting?" So I'm probably going to reach out to him and talk. But we're gonna have some interviews, talk to some other fathers who are maybe in my same position and maybe not, because sometimes it's good to get advice from people who aren't particularly in your same position. So that's one area that I'm going to explore, people who are in other positions, namely like rich people. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk to other rich people because they're not in the position that I am. Like, hey, how do you do it if you're rich? Um, but yeah, that's what we're going to do here on this Blurred Dad podcast. So first things first, how did I get into this position? Um, Missionary, I believe, was how we began. That was a silly joke. No, you know, we talked about having a kid, and then we actually went out and did it. It's a crazy time to have wanted to do that, but I figured I'm not getting any younger, and the world might not be here tomorrow, so why not have a baby in it? And boom, here we are. So now we're on this journey, and there are so many different. Like I didn't realize everything that like went in to like being a dad. I assumed, you know what I'm saying? Like I assumed that there was a lot going on, but there's like a lot. Like we so many diapers, so many diapers. It's actually ridiculous. Like Stephanie showed me how many diapers there were, and we there's like a whole stack of diapers. She's like, yeah, that's like week one. Like what? How how much is this kid going to be shitting and pooping? Like I don't know. I like the thing that's very cool though is that my mom did write a book. She wrote a book called Babies Raising Babies, and it's about her experience as a mother. And I think I will be able to glean a lot from that book because it's just it's a kind of uh, her thinking or her thoughts to me and my sister about how she raised us and how she raised us up. So I think that's going to be cool. I think that's going to be a good little document, a good little testament to how to raise your kids, how to bring them up, and I think we're going to have fun with that. I think looking at that book, it has a lot of how me and my sister were raised. So I wonder if I can take some of those lessons. Um, Man, here's the thing. It's a new day. It's like a new day and age, and I know how I was like raised, and I don't know if those same lessons like apply to this day and age. Like this day and age is it's different. It's just way different. Like I feel like in my era when I was coming up, you were allowed to make mistakes. You were allowed for mistakes to happen. Like now, what do you do with your kids? You just like you tell them don't make a mistake. You know what I mean? Like no mistakes are allowed because the world is way less forgiving than it was, 10 years ago. It's a scary time, but luckily I have you all here with me to help go through this. So yeah, if you have comments or you're wondering or you want me to talk about a certain thing, feel free to throw those in the comment section or chat back and forth. I'll be trying to check them out and go and talk about them. Otherwise, it'll just be me thinking about you know the day and what's been going on. This will probably be something that happens weekly, or at least I'll try to have it weekly, and it'll just be my thoughts on fatherhood, blerdhood, blurred dadhood for that day or for that week. Um, the latest thing that we've been doing is we have a dog, so we're trying to figure out how to get this dog acclimated to the baby. And one little trick that we have like a little doll baby, and we put the iPhone in there with the doll baby, and we make like we play crying noises, and then we kind of prepare for the baby to be here. You know what I'm saying? We like hold it, we cradle it, and then the dog is like looking at us like, what's the noise? What is that? High alert! Um, so so that's kind of cool. I don't know. There's a lot going on. I don't know the first thing about what to do with a newborn. You know what I mean? I have some idea. I was like a substitute teacher and stuff, so I have some idea about young children. I don't know about actually raising them, having them in your home all the time, talking back, eating all your food. I don't know how to quite deal with that. I know that as a child, I was the type to eat all my parents' food. And now I actually understand, having lived with roommates and a wife and whatnot. Now I understand when someone eats your food how annoying it is. So I'd like to apologize to my mother and father and stepfather for eating their food back in the day. I didn't realize how upsetting it was. So this is also an apology to you guys because I didn't realize how frustrating it would be to have a little snotty nosed kid. I can't even say snotty nosed. Snotty nosed kid running around eating all your food up. Sorry, y'all. I apologize. Um, yeah, so I'm sure I'm gonna get paid back with that. So that's number one. Just figuring out how I'm gonna raise up this kid. How I'm gonna handle all these things that I'm sure are gonna happen. And I personally feel like I was a great kid. Like I tried to do my best to to be mindful of my parents and what they were going through, and not be annoying. However, I could be wrong. I could be totally like annoying to them, and I hope he's not that way. We'll see. It'll be fairly interesting. So that's just normal dad stuff, right? Normal dad stuff. Now, there are going to be some decisions that have to be made. For instance, I'm a huge Marvel fan. Love Marvel. Love the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Can talk ad nauseum about all superhero from that cinematic universe and how all the movies connect and the storylines and all that type of stuff. And some of the comics too. I like some of the comics too. I've read some of those. But I love the DC animated universe. So where do I put the kid? You know what I'm saying? Do I just put it all in front of him, or do I am I going to sully his opinion by giving him all the Marvel stuff and saying like these are the real superheroes, or what is that? What am I going to do with that? You know what I mean? Am I going to make him a DC kid, or is he going to be a Marvel kid, or is there going to be another like Dark Horse? Even though that's like a comic book company too, but is there going to be another entity that's going to come up that's going to be just as dope as Marvel and DC. Because right now everybody knows Marvel and DC. Is there going to be another, conglomerate, big comic book entity that starts making movies that gets the whole nation and world on its side? Is another one going to come up? Is he going to be a creator? Is he going to create? I would love for my son to be a creator. That would be dope. You know what I mean? I think that would be really awesome. But this is a very important decision to make. If I'm going to have a Marvel or DC kid, at the end of the day, I don't think it's my decision. I think whatever they want to, rock with, I'm gonna be okay with. I'm gonna be totally cool. You just can't. Superman just can't be your favorite. That's the only rule that I'm gonna have, because Superman's way too overpowered. He can't be your number one. You know what I'm saying? That's now. Actually, I have no affinity. I have no. I don't know. I really would rather he didn't like Superman as his number one. But if he did like Superman as his number one, I probably would be. I would be okay with it. But there's so many other great characters. You know what? You know what would be dope? If he came out, right, and he's just reading all the comic books or whatever, and he picked a character that's not like super major in the books or whatever, or super major, in like the lexicon, like a Blue Beetle or something. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was just like, yo, that's my favorite. You know what I mean? I'd be like, what? That'd be kind of because dope is what I was saying there. Because Daryl Dad, I love Green Lantern. I love the Hawk. Green characters, I really enjoy. Yeah, who else is? I mean, I 100%. I used to dig the Flash quite a bit. I never really rocked with Superman. It just was just a little bit, too crazy. I used to love the X-Men. X-Men were always my favorite. I really used to like Gambit. I don't know if it's just because he spoke French or whatever, but he was dope. And of course, you got Black Panther. I always cosplayed as Falcon. You know what I'm saying? I made the wings. You know what I mean? They weren't as dope, but they were retractable. I got pictures of that. So is he going to be into that? Like what? These are the things. You know what I mean? These are the questions that we're going to be trying to answer here on this platform. You know what I mean? Like what character should he be a fan of? That's important. That is, he's I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to go over. Not even in the superhero realm. What about like the other worlds, universes? Like, what if he's just big into Lord of the Rings or something? I could rock with that. You know what I mean? Like what? Like how's he going to identify there? You know what I mean? Like what's he gonna? Is he gonna like is Frodo gonna be his dude, or he's like, nah, man, I'm on the side of the orcs and the ogres and whatever. I mean, that like, what if that's his thing? It's like, what should I put in front of him, and at what point should I put it in front of him? Do you just throw it all out there? So here's the thing. When I was young, like the first movie that I was introduced to was like The Untouchables. You know what I'm saying? So I was just watching some hardcore shit when I was younger. And then one of the other franchises that I really liked was Nightmare on Elm Street. And that's where Nightmare on Elm Street is a horror movie for sure. But that's where I got the idea, or that's where I was introduced to the idea of sequels, like a movie, and then there's another movie that comes out that is, related to the first movie, a sequel. That's how I learned about sequels. Freddy Krueger. That's where I learned, like, ooh, what's it going to be, or what's this universe, or where's he going to pop up next, or how are they going to bring him back, or what character is going to be, crossing over from the Nightmare on Elm Street. That's where I learned it. But in this day and age, I feel like it'd be weird, or people would judge you if you let your kids watch horror at like a young age. But we watched all that shit, and I think we were fine, for the most part. Um, so that's a big decision, like what movie should be like his first film. Hmm. That's a tough question, and I don't know that I have the answer for it, to tell you the truth. It's Yeah, that. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna watch like the Teletubby stuff, and actually not Teletubbies. I don't want to watch Teletubbies. I feel like Teletubbies will give your kids speech impediments, and I think they had studies on that. So I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not going to take the chance. I would prefer him to come out talking in full sentences. If he stutters, it's. I've had friends who stuttered, they grew out of it or whatever, or just be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be the first stuttering rapper. Maybe that is what he'll do. The thing is, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea how this dude is going to come out. What if he doesn't like anything that is fiction? Like, what if he's just straight up, Dad, all I want to see are documentaries? It's like, I just want to know about the real world. I don't even like any of this stuff that you're putting in front of me. That would be, I don't know. I wonder, how do other Blerd dads handle this? How do we deal? How do you deal with like your kids' likes or dislikes? Like, what do you put in front of them? I know one thing. I do want to sit down with them and have like that time to go over like Marvel movies and that type of thing. I want to make sure that is something that we 100% have like our father son time, like learning that stuff. But what if he's into Star Wars or something else? I guess I would go through those. I just feel like Marvel gives us so much more time to like hang out together. But then again, I could annoy him and then he won't. So um so yeah. See, this is why I like this. This is why I like this interchange. We're having a great discussion. You're sitting there, you're looking at me, I'm talking. It's great. It's exactly what I wanted from this pilot. Uh, no, yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot. So there's the whole mythical realm. You know what I mean? There's the superhero, but what if he's in the space? That would be dope. Like, if you wanted to be like an astronaut, or if you wanted to be like he was really into like Star Wars or Star Trek. You know what I mean? Boldly going where no man has gone before. I think in his lifetime, he may have the choice to visit other planets and actually live out a Star Wars or Star Trek type of existence. And if not, I feel like his kids would be able to live that out. You know what I mean? So, what if, I mean, because now there's the Star Trek lore that's going out there. There's a Star Wars universe. What if he likes the prequels? You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to deal with that? What am I going to do with that? It's a lot. So I am going to need a lot of help. I'm going to be enlisting a lot of help. I'll be here, weekly, doing these little lives, and hopefully y'all will get on board and be like, you know what? I got the answer for you, boo. I mean, I don't know. Some of y'all probably shouldn't call me boo. That might be weird. But you'd be like, I got the answer for you, Glenn. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. Um, you sit them down and you tell them, son, you can only pick one. You can only you can only pick one franchise. So if you choose Harry Potter, you are stuck with that boring shit for the rest of your life. I'm just kidding. No, Harry Potter's cool. I find the films to be somewhat boring. Every time, like, here's the thing about Harry Potter: all of the trailers I get really excited for. I'm like, I can't wait for the next Harry Potter. This joint looks dope. And I go see it and I'm like, oh, I forgot. It's very slow and boring for the majority of the film. And the films are long. You know what I mean? They're very, very long. I don't know. I look. I came out swinging. The pilot episode, and I'm already out here like shitting on Harry Potter. But it's slow. Like, have y'all watched Harry Potter? It should be Harry Potter because it's so slow, so slow. What's that joke that somebody can't? I forget who said it. I hate that I forgot because I can't give him a shout out. But the joke is like there are way too many Harry Potter. Like, how long has Harry Potter been in school? They should start calling him Harold. That's how long Harry Potter's been in school. Um, yeah, but this is going to be an interesting one. He's going to have the lay of the land. He's going to have so many different franchises to choose from. You know, one thing that I'm very very happy about that I didn't have when I was younger. Like these kids now are going to grow up on Disney Plus. Like they're going to have access to every cartoon that's out there. Like there's some cartoons that were just lost. You know, like X-Men. I love the X-Men cartoon, and like at a certain point you just couldn't watch it anymore. It wasn't on Fox or whatever, and you couldn't really find, like, it was in some vault somewhere and they didn't really release it. And now, like I can go back and watch the entire X-Men series, you know. Gargoyles, I could go back and watch the entire Gargoyles. Like Chippendales Rescue Rangers, I used to love that show. Animaniacs, all that stuff. They have all these streaming platforms now. They can see your childhood and you can set them up. I personally think, like, because there's a lot of movies and TV shows that have molded me up until this point, and I think that one thing I may want to do is devise a list of all the shows and all the movies that were very informative to me. And then I'm gonna take that list of all the shows and all the informative, uh, little cartoons and things. The more you knows, all that type of shit. I'm gonna compile a list of those and I'm gonna put them together. And I'll just have a playlist that I just, like every when there's some downtime, I'll just sit them down and listen to that. So I think that might be a way to go. I'm not quite sure if I'm not quite sure if it's like if that's the way to go, but it's the way that I'm gonna go. I think that'll be kind of cool, man. I think it'll be cool to just like to have that list and to just kind of check them off. It's like, oh shit, like you're however old now, it's time to watch Adventures in Babysitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're 6, okay, it's time to watch the X-Men series from here to here. Maybe that's the way to do it. Just remember my age when I watch certain things, and then pair him with that. But kids grow up; they grow up a lot quicker. I feel like than we did. So he might be able to ingest way more than I was able to ingest at like a young age. So he might be advanced. He might be watching some of this stuff, like way before I was watching. You know, so I don't know. All good things. But these are, like I said, these are the things that you will help me figure out along the way. I think it'll be a cool little journey that we're gonna go on here. The other so I do comedy, right? Stand up comedy. So he's gonna be introduced to that. What's that gonna be like? What's that gonna be all about? You know what I mean? Is he gonna be really into comedy? Um, I think it'll be kind of dope because I wish I was doing comedy at like a young age. And I know that when you have a parent who's doing a thing, like you're just surrounded by that thing, and a lot of times you'll kind of like key into it. So I don't know. He'll come out like maybe like supernaturally funny, supernatural at being funny. So maybe that's a thing that happens. I think that would be kind of cool. Um, yeah, I think that would be. I don't know. I think that would be really interesting to see how he comes up and what's his sense of humor going to be like. I'm always joking. So what if he comes out mad serious? It's like, Dad, stop being such a jokester. Like, what? That would break my heart. It would break my heart if he comes out and he's just like, you know what? I'm not really rocking with your jokes. Luckily, I still have Stephanie because Stephanie always rocks with my jokes. She is a great laugher. She's a really good in the DMV area. She's one of the best laugher. I put her up there with Angel and David more or less as for laughers. She laughs incredibly. It's great. Some of my best bits I think come from her laughing. Like once she starts laughing and get her going, that's good. And I'm hoping that little Junior comes out and he's laughing just as hard. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll have that's the thing. As a comedian, that's what Eddie Murphy was doing. That's why he could come back and just be a fire-ass comedian because he had mad kids. So he always had an audience. It's like, yo, I don't need to go to a comedy club. I got 57 kids right here in front of me. Smart move. Although he started way younger than I did. I probably should have started a few years ago if I was going to go that road. But yeah, man, that's an interesting thing. Too. I'm becoming a dad later in life. That unto itself is kind of, weird. Luckily I was able to keep my youthful spirit. So hopefully I'll be able to, still be as young at heart as like my dad was because he was like super young when I was or my mom because she was super young when I was coming up. So it was almost like we grew up together because we're kind of same in the like almost the same generation, like very close to it. So but I'm gonna be very far removed, and I'm gonna be an older pops, so that's going to be interesting to see how we relate there. I'm hoping that by the time he gets here, I'm not just like, old and quirky and just like want to read newspapers and tell him to, stop making all that racket. I feel like there's 100% chance that I'm going to just accidentally blurt out, stop making all that damn racket. I feel like that is going to be, that's going to be, a sad day when I burst that out and it's like I didn't mean it. It just came out. He was being loud and to my ears it sounded like racket. Quit all that racket. Oh man. So hold up. We got a phone call here. Hold on. Let's see if I could turn this up. And I'm gonna answer a phone call on this thing. Let's see if we can get it. Hold on. Hey, what's going on? Uh-oh. Oh, snap.
No, I'm not.
I can hear you because, hold on. Hey, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. But, hold on. I had you coming through because I'm doing a live right now. I'm doing a podcast live.
It's live? You're live?
Yeah, it's live and you're on it.
Can they hear me? Can the people hear me?
Nah, hold on. The people, hold on, wait. The people can hear you in just a second. Hold on. They're going to hear you in just 1 second. Hold on. All right, yeah.
What's happening, people?
What's happening, people? That's funny. Yeah, what is happening, people?
What kind of live podcast is this? What is this?
This is, hold on, wait. I don't know if they can hear you yet. Hold on. Hey, say something again.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay.
All right.
We got call-ins. Listen, this is my podcast. It's called the Blerd Dad Podcast.
Oh, the Blerd down.
Blerd Dad, like in Black Nerd Podcast, Black.
You're not a dad yet, though.
Oh, so I don't get the credit until the baby come out?
No, change the name. You're not a dad yet. No.
Okay, I ain't changing shit. This is
you don't know. You don't even know what that's about yet. But you're gonna find out in a minute. But you're not there yet.
Well, see, this is why you gotta have real friends because he's like anything can happen. We're in the last trimester. I feel like I already have like a ton of diapers in the house. I get to be called a dad.
No, you don't even know what it is yet. You have no clue.
Oh
but
man! Hey, for those
I applaud you.
Oh wait, for those of y'all who don't know, this is my college roommate, Marques. He's calling in, and I just put him on the spot. I'm having this Blerd Dad conversation with myself. This is a pilot episode, Marques. So I'm trying.
Okay.
So I'm preparing, in an effort to be ready for when I actually do have the baby in my hands for when he gets here. So
Okay,
that's
you need some dad advice. I got two of them. I got two of them already. So
oh shit. Okay. All right. Yeah. I do need that advice. So this pilot episode, what I was talking about were things like how do you start them out on like whatever franchise, like you know what I mean? Like, are they gonna be like a Marvel kid or a DC kid? Maybe they're gonna be into fantasy or some shit. You know, they might like the Fast and the Furious franchise, like that might be their shit. You know what I'm saying? Or Star Wars. How did you start your kid out on like fantasy stuff in terms of like their entertainment? How'd you handle
so
that?
so you're having a boy.
Yeah.
All of the Superman and the Spider-Man and all of that's gonna come. That's just gonna come organically.
Okay.
You know, it's probably gonna be Marvel, probably, just because it's more popular.
Right.
You know, in my opinion, you want to keep them away from, the anime. You know, you don't want the weird kid, right? You know what I mean? I don't get that, right?
He can't be on anime.
Nah, stay off the anime, nah, cause he gonna, next thing you know, he gonna want to grow his bangs out long and shit. Just.
Yo, but I rock with anime. I actually like a lot of anime.
That's actually not surprising. Like I get that, but don't you don't necessarily have to put that on Lil Glenn Jr. Just let him
Listen.
let him be red-blooded American.
Hey, listen.
Let him flourish.
Listen. Anime is part of the mainstream culture now. You know what I'm saying? It's coming up. Anime is like a new thing, bro.
The mainstream culture. Okay. I mean, there's a lot in that statement, mainstream culture. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot in there. It's like, hold on, man. Like, I'm from the 90s.
Right.
It's just, it's a lot more stuff that's accepted, I guess, now these days. You gotta be accepting of everything. Okay. All right. Yeah. Maybe the anime.
Maybe the anime is cool.
Maybe the anime.
Listen, I rock with anime heavy. You know what I'm saying? There's so many awesome creators, and there's so much. See, the thing is, like, if you go with normal mainstream stuff, right, like a Marvel or DC or whatever, you're kind of locked into what they were thinking with those characters when they were created. Nowadays, there's so much great anime out there. It's just it's amazing, and there's so many different creators. Like, you can find a niche that's like, oh, you're a nerdy black kid who likes trains, there's an anime character for you. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you got, like, there's a character for you in anime.
I think you should take a step back. You're not there yet. We need to start off with Baby Shark and Dora. You know what I'm saying? Let's start there.
But
Baby Shark.
But listen. Is it like I want him to be mad advanced? You know what I mean? Like, I want to hit him with like okay, here's how you put together a semiconductor. You know, like just right off the bat, so that he's at like a young. Like, I want him to be the first, like a black Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him to be able to create like Iron Man suits and shit.
If you wish that too hard, he's gonna be in a band. He's gonna play the trumpet or the clarinet. Like, if you wish it too hard, you're gonna get the clarinet. So just play it in the middle. Like, let him do him. If you push him too far, to that ultra, don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yo, put this computer together. He's like, Dad, no, I'd rather hit the flute.
He's not gonna want to do, the computer. He ain't gonna want to pick up a football, a baseball, but
wow.
He might like, freaking marching bands or what, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, whatever he's into is cool, but it's like, in my heart, I want him to like create an arc reactor to help my heart keep going for another few years. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be an old dad. I need a son who's gonna devise tech to keep me alive. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. You want to make him the mad scientist.
Make him the mad scientist. You know what I'm saying? Do some shit to
scientist.
change the world. But I don't know. That, like, did you think about that when you were having or were you thinking about other things? Were you like thinking about like what type of entertainment or what type of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want your kid liking the whack superhero. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I had a girl first.
Okay.
So I was just happy to get the legacy child, right? I got one, and I just let him be. And he's a different dude too.
Right.
For the record, he's a different cat. He's actually off the chain.
What is he into? Is he into comic books and all that type
Um,
of shit?
he rocks with the Marvel, Black Panther, Iron Man.
Okay.
Those guys. He's into them. He does he does a little basketball or whatever, and he's into Roblox and Fortnite.
Oh, the fort. I see. Look, I'm gonna have to cover that. Well, I'm gonna cover that in another episode. It's gonna be all about video games because
But let me
that.
tell you though. The pandemic happened and they was home from school, right? So then he ended up, so he got into the video games, right? Because everybody's in the house and scared to go outside, right?
Yeah.
So we kind of let that go, and no, I want, somebody, I don't know, somebody bought him Fortnite. Okay, so he gets on the Fortnite, and he's learning how to play Fortnite. He's not very good at first, and then next thing I know, we go to the gun range, and he's up there picking the guns off of the wall, like, oh, there's the such and such. He can name like 5, 6, like, rifles that I don't know about. And he's like, yeah, that's on my game.
Wow.
And then, he's running around with his cousin who's 7 or 6, and they're headshotting dudes, and, oh, I just freaking killed you. You're dead. You're dead, man. You're dead. So it got real violent and dark very quickly.
What do you do with that? How did you
I can't do anything with it because, see, I let it go. I didn't know what Fortnite really was that much. It looks kind of cartoonish,
right?
But it's still pretty detailed as far as, how all of the weapons work.
You know what's crazy is because we didn't get introduced to that until like college, you know what I'm saying? Or like into high school, we were like playing GoldenEye and all that and Headshot. So we were like fully formed. These kids are learning that at like 4, you know what I mean?
I'm
at like
telling
5.
you, he went to the range and he's like, there's the Scar. It's this big, gun is like super expensive. I think it's, it's pretty.
Yeah. Gun bigger than him, and he knows what it is already.
Oh, he knows what it is. He's picking them off the wall, and he's like, I know that because I got it. I have this. You don't understand. I have this gun. I have it on his game, right? He's got it in his little arsenal or whatever. So
wait, when you say picking it, you mean just pointing at it? Like he's
pointing at it. Like he's not grabbing it. He's pointing at it, and he's identifying it like by sight. I got to read it. He's like, no, I know what that is. It's so, so it's like, that's going on.
Did he get to shoot any at the range?
No, he has not fired. I don't think I don't have anything small enough for him.
So, because I know these Second Amendment fools are like, they're like, nah, get him young. Like, get him behind the trigger.
Glenn, I have been to a gun show here in Texas, and which looks like you're on one side of the table, the vendor who's selling you something on the other side of a table. It's like a swap meet or some shit, except they got a bunch of ammo and guns or whatever. I seen a kid back there, somebody's son, wasn't much older than my son, maybe 9 or 10. He knew everything about the weapons. Like he was running the booth. Like they were like, yeah, you got this. And he was little, he was young, and he could tell you anything that you needed to know about any of them guns. Like he was thorough. I was like, damn. Yeah. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy. Them dudes, man. I don't know. It's a new day and age, man. It's a new day and age, and these kids are learning about shit way earlier than we ever knew.
It's a new day for sure. It's a new day.
So basically this podcast, this is the pilot episode of the podcast, and I'm trying to figure out how it's going to go. You know what I mean? And earlier I was just talking about all the different facets of being a dad and all these like decisions that you're going to have to make and all these new things that basically you're being introduced to. Like I didn't realize how many diapers were necessary for a newborn. Like it's a crazy amount of diapers.
Yeah, because they're little, you want to keep them dry. So, because you don't want the rash. The rash is horrible. That's going to lead to loss of sleep and upsettedness.
Okay.
So, they might drop a couple little drops or whatever, little wet diaper. You got to take that up off of them. Boom, get them dried up, get them a little powder or whatever, and then boom, put another one back on. So you just run through them.
So when you're doing the diaper thing, can you just do it like at intervals? You know what I mean? Like, all right, every 30 minutes I'm changing them.
Oh, this is funny. This is funny. This is a real funny one. I just thought about this. So what you're going to be doing is putting your nose into your kid's ass, every
You gotta smush your
15,
nose
20
into their
minutes.
ass, bro.
Yeah, sniff test, bro. That's how you know if it's something up in there. You're gonna put, you're gonna raise them up, see if we good or if we ain't good, and you might pull the diaper, pull the elastic back, and kind of take a peek in there. That's what you do. That's
But
what you're gonna be doing.
so you wouldn't just change it just off the jump because that would be a
Well, I mean,
waste.
if you could smell it, or if you can feel the diaper is saggy and wet, okay, obviously that it's time to change it.
Right.
But outside of that, you don't know till you know. So that's what you do. You raise him up like Mufasa raised up Simba.
Right, and then
And
sniff
then
them.
and you gonna run that nose right behind that region, man, and then you gonna know. And you go,
Is that what Simba was doing in the Lion King? Like we thought he was showing them to the world. He was just trying to sniff his ass, see if he.
He was trying to keep him away, trying to keep him away from his body.
So speaking of that, we just got in like one of the kid holders, the little snacks or the little like strap, the little strap thing where you can strap them to your chest or whatever, the little tactical strap where you just put them in there.
The one on the front.
Yeah, the joint on the front, or you could have it in the back too, but it's also on the front.
We had that, but I don't think we really used it that much.
Okay.
The little one where you can just be hands free and all that. Yeah, I don't think I had those kind of kids. They just were like, whatever, just hold me. Just hold me. Yeah, just hold me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We had that, but we did not use that. That's I don't know why.
Well, I feel like there's a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot that's going to go into this that I'm just I'm hoping I'm ready for, but I don't know. I don't know 100% how ready I'm going to be. So there's a lot of burning questions that I have of like, oh shit, how's this going to go down? How is this going to work? You know what I mean? Because right now it's like it's kind of hitting me, right? Like it hit me when we had the big bouncer or whatever just in the corner, and I'm like, oh shit, there's gonna be someone in that. You know what I mean? Like now we just have like a lot of stuff, and then when I saw that, I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a little human in that. Like,
no, the funny part is, you got the little person, and there'd be a whole bunch of shit wrong, or they just something wrong. I'm wet, I'm hungry, I'm tired, but they can't talk and tell you what that thing is because that's bothering them.
right.
So that's the fun part for the first, I don't know, a year or whatever till they start talking. You're just guessing, so you're just trying to check boxes. Okay, boom, I hit him with a no, I just fed him, he's good. Okay, let me check the diaper. Okay, no, that's fine. Okay, he just woke up. Okay, he's not tired. And then, that's the game. That's the game for the first year, till they start walking around, and you know what I mean? And it gets a little bit more fun after about a year, and they start walking.
And then okay. So when they were a baby, did you watch anything with them, or did you like have them with you when you were watching like your shows or your sports, or like what type of content were they watching with you when they were a baby?
Wow. Okay. So with my first one, I don't know. I guess we was watching, like Blues Clues. I don't know. You gotta watch. You're gonna be watching stuff that you don't want to watch, man.
Really?
Yeah, you're not. They don't want to watch the basketball game, and they want to watch Barney. You got to sit there and.
But they're a newborn. They don't want to watch like they're. You know what I'm saying? Like if I sit them up, they just watch whatever I'm watching.
I mean, yeah, that's cool until they kind of get aware of what's on the screen, and then they want all the laughs and giggles, man. When they get a little bit bigger, man, it's gonna be.
Like I can't have them in an intricate story. Like, no, you gotta understand.
They're not gonna be with that, man. They're not gonna be with that. You're gonna be sitting up there watching what they want to watch.
So wait, when you were young, what was the first movie you remember watching?
Movie?
Yeah.
I want to say Indiana Jones.
Okay.
I want to say Indiana Jones was in there. A lot of, I don't know. I remember the Cosbys a lot.
Okay.
I remember Thriller, the Thriller video. That was the one that I got tormented on a lot, So,
Mess with you. So my first one was like Untouchables was like one of the first films that I remember watching as like a kid.
okay. Okay.
And then Nightmare on Elm Street was like another, like
How old? How old,
I was
Glenn?
mad
Nightmare on
young.
Elm Street?
I was mad young, bro. Probably like this is the first time I remember. Like maybe 4. Like when did Nightmare on Elm Street come out? Hold on, let me see.
You might want to edit that out of the podcast. Your mom might hear it, man.
Oh no, my mom don't care. She's the one who let me see the shit. She took us to the
Oh,
movies to see it.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
like we.
Well, then
we
I'm gonna just go on the record. I'm gonna go on the record and say that's, I don't know, that's kind of abuse.
What?
A little bit. That's
Get out of
not,
here.
no.
Look,
no.
Nightmare on Elm Street was 84.
Yeah, no,
And
not
I was 4
for,
years old.
that's not for the 4-year-olds, bro. That's not it. No.
I mean, listen. I came up mad strong because of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't scared of shit. As a matter of fact, I didn't even care about sleeping. I wanted to take naps. I was like, Freddie, you can't do shit with me. Let me be in this movie. It'll turn out mad different, Freddie, because I know all the tricks. My mind is strong. You ain't fucking with me, Freddie.
No, man. Nah, I was not. I was definitely running in the other room.
See,
Forget that.
You was over there. You was bedwetting, and I was like, I'll fuck Freddie up. Say something. That's, but I mean, you got to have those kids on the street who the other kids can go to their house and watch the shit they ain't supposed to watch. Because as a parent, you don't want to be the one who introduces them, but they still need access. You know what I'm saying? Like they still need access to be able to watch that shit.
I don't know your wife well, but I have a feeling she's not gonna be down with the horror flicks for the 3-year-olds.
I mean, I don't know. She didn't get to watch a lot of shit when she was younger, so she might have that same mentality. But I'm like, nah.
Oh, but she didn't have cable either.
I don't know if she. I mean, I don't know if she did or didn't have cable. I just know she didn't watch a lot of. Like, she wasn't allowed to watch a lot of that shit.
Well,
But I mean, I feel like being able to watch things, but I wouldn't let them watch it unfettered. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't let him watch it and then not give him information. Like I feel like you got to give them information. Like, okay, we just saw this. This is like a fairy tale. This is not real. Like if you're allowing them to have access, but then also teaching them, you know what I mean? Like that,
I want the access list. What you gonna be giving access to? Because I might have to step in
my
there.
Sister, my sister was like, we fell asleep watching Bambi. She's like, no, we used to watch Bambi. I was like, I do remember that. I do remember Bambi.
Keep it real, Gabby.
Hey,
Keep it real, Gabby.
Gabby's keeping it mad real. We used to watch Bambi, but we were, but we needed something more hard. Like we needed something more real. We were like, man, what this Bambi shit? I mean, they killed Bambi. Let's see what Freddy does to these other kids. You know what I'm saying? We watched.
Did they kill Bambi?
Bambi's mom. Bambi's mom.
Oh, I was like, wow.
Remember, Bambi's mom got murked. Like, isn't that?
Yeah, I think they did kill Bambi's mom, though. Yeah, okay.
It's like we're just watching a movie that has more murders. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already watched one. Like, let's just take it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? So.
This guy.
Hey, but look, I feel like I turned out great. You know what I mean? Like it helped me be the person that I am. So I'm not tripping off it. I think it might help grow character.
You're all right. I think great is,
Nigga, I will hang up. You will be off this podcast. Okay.
Don't take me off the podcast. Don't take me off the cast.
Nah, but yeah, I don't know. This is another thing that we're like trying to get at here. Like, like what type of content do you want your kids seeing? I definitely think that some kid, like I think you have to judge your kid. Like if your kid is mad advanced, like you could already tell, like, oh, this kid is knowledgeable. He knows he's good. He's worldly. You could let him watch some shit. Like now, if your kid is a fool, like if he comes out and he's an idiot, it's like, all right, you don't need to be watching anything but like the happy, like Teletubbies.
That's a good point. That is a good point. That's a good point.
I feel like like now, but think about it like this: back in the day, right? Like we watched that, those films that were a little bit, more racy or whatever. But that was a small part of the overall content that we were seeing. You know what I'm saying? So like nowadays, it's like if a kid watches that, they can watch 1,000, literally 1,000 other horror movies that are as bad or worse. So it's like
Yeah.
there's so much more content now. Whereas back in the day, we saw that one thing that's like, whoa, mind blowing, crazy, and then the rest of what you're watching is like, like Saturday morning cartoons because that's all the content that there is. You know what I'm saying? Like you had your one late night, Nightmare on Elm Street, and then for the rest of the week you're watching cartoony shit.
Yeah, it's different with the content. The amount of content is just, it's absolutely insane. What you can consume in today's market.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's gonna be a difficult one. I feel like maybe the easy questions are like, oh, what, like, is he gonna like Marvel or DC or else? I think the other question is like, which stories do you want to basically share with your child at like what age? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when they're little, whatever. That's just, you probably you can get into something a little bit more serious when they get 7, 8, I guess. But to each his own, man. I don't know what kind of parent are you gonna be. You're gonna be like a sober parent, or slightly inebriated type parent, or
listen, I had a lot of fun. The thing is, I'm older now, right? So I feel like if I was younger, I probably would have been, getting it in. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of drinks or that. But I'm older now. I don't even want to drink like that half the time. Although I don't know if the kid's gonna like make me like stressed out. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of a sudden, Dad's drinking a lot more because Junior is.
Yeah. You better make room for it. Things might change. It may change. You know what I'm saying? It may change. You got a lifestyle change coming up. You might.
Right. It's like that. Oh shit! Now Dad's heavy into whiskey all of a sudden. I wonder what changed. He didn't used to drink that much.
Get you some high dollar whiskey though.
Yeah. Now I might do that, but I don't think I'm gonna be drinking too much because I don't drink that much anymore. I feel like this is the thing about having a kid so much older. I've lived a lot of life. You know what I'm saying? I lived a lot of life. I was able to get all that kind of piss and vinegar out, and now I'm just I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I could have 1 or 2 drinks and I don't have to like turn up, so I don't have to like be drinking around them, but I definitely don't want them to be sheltered. I want to know that there is life and
I said,
and it could
like
be
I
real.
said, make room for adjustment. How Glenn of April 16th, 2021 might be different than, Glenn of April 16th, 2022. You know what I mean? It might be different. It may be different, man. You gotta have a lifestyle change. But I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm excited. Welcome.
Yeah,
when did baby do? The baby due in June, right? June?
Babies do it in June, man. Yeah, into June.
Like 2 months, 2.5 months.
It's almost here. That's why I started this, because I'm like, I feel like I need.
Is he kicking? You can feel him kicking?
Yeah, I could see him moving in the belly and all that.
The whole belly moving look like the movie Alien.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's moving more and more. Like, but right now it's like if I'm looking at it, or she's like, "Hey, come look," like he stops. It's almost like he performs. You know what I'm saying? When nobody's looking, and then when someone's looking, he's like, "Nope, no, I'm not going to perform." So
you got him some clothes? Did you buy some clothes for him already?
Man,
you got some J's? You get him some J's?
Listen, we got all kinds of clothes. We're still trying to get them. Like they need so much, you know what I'm saying? And I was telling Stephanie, I was like, man, he don't need that. Like he need like 3 or 4 outfits. She's like, no, you got to change them like 3 or 4 times a day.
How you gonna dress him? You gonna dress him like a thug or an Abercrombie? What you gonna do?
As a thug, I'm gonna put him in some cute shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. The problem is I'm not a highly fashionable person, as you may remember from college.
Yeah, I remember a lot. It was a lot of flannel. And a lot of K-Swiss.
Hold on, wait.
Flannel.
Hey, listen, get my pass out your mouth right now. Hold on,
a lot of stripes. You
telling the people way too much. Listen, my style was my style. That was me. That's how I was.
He had like the K-Swiss like cross trainers with like the
Right, look, it seems like your signal's cutting out. Hold on. No, but I wasn't, you know what? I was always more like into kind of computers and you know what I mean? Like I was into nerdy type shit. So I wasn't really into like, oh, what fashion am I wearing? Like I wanted to look cool, but that wasn't my thing. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't a fashion person. Like I didn't.
Hey
need to have
man,
the
did you see them pictures that the
old school
Radford
picture? Yeah,
the Radford
crew.
pictures?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, did you see that one where you kind of like had the Easy E vibe going?
Yeah,
With the little
Hey,
hair growing out, the
easy
little
does it.
curl.
Listen,
I
man,
was,
I had some style. It just wasn't like I can fully admit it wasn't it wasn't a number one style.
it wasn't good easy, not good easy.
Shut the fuck. It was great easy. I like that.
It was like easy but his like curl was dried out. That was like that's what it looked like. It was but it still was giving off easy like NWA vibes though.
Right.
For sure.
It was like the dude. Remember, I'm gonna get you, sucker. When he was like, "Give me my activator, man. I need my activator." It's like that type of curl.
Oh man, yeah, I seen it. Brandon texted me. He sent me some of them pictures. I was like, wow.
Yeah, man, the whole crew, man. The other day we had Dina came by one of my comedy shows, one of my Zoom comedy shows. We were hanging out at Hannah's basement, I believe, and she came by and she listened to the show. She was spilling the beans on all kinds of stuff that I didn't remember really, but I just let her. She was funny, so I just let her keep talking. But it's good catching up with the college folks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know.
So it seems like all of them have kids. I'm like the last one to have kids out of everybody.
Well, it's never too late, man.
It
never
isn't.
too late. Are you gonna put another one in another bun in the oven like immediately, like two?
I think we do want to have them real close to each other because it makes everything.
You're gonna have them like
easier.
inside of a year, just go on and push the boundaries.
Listen, if that wasn't my last blank or if that wasn't my last shot, I'm gonna shoot a couple more. And
you're gonna shoot a couple, because you getting up there. You might be shooting blanks pretty soon.
I know. That's what. Listen, I thought I was done. I thought I was done for a minute because, well, it gets a little graphic, but I shot one and it made a sound. It was like, and I was like, oh, that sounded like the last, because then they weren't firing as hard, and I was like, that might have been the last. That might have been the last kid saying like, no, you wasted me. But I don't know. It wasn't. There was still some more in there, and apparently he's swimming strong. He's in the womb strong. So I feel like I got another one or two in me. I'm thinking one more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to have somebody for him to play with. Otherwise, you're going to be his, person to play with. So you need to go on and get him somebody he can chop it. Trust me. You want that.
He's a lot of energy.
They just be, the kids they're not meant to be. They need somebody they can chop it with, like they do. Mine are 3.5 years apart, and they still can kick it though.
Okay.
They're not too far now. That'll probably, when they get older, that'll probably change. But when they're little, they can still play with each other. So I do think that it's a good idea.
All right. Okay. Well, that's
my sister getting ready to have a baby. She having her baby like a month after yours. She having a boy, and they said they want to get right back to it. Put another one in there.
You know what? I feel like the other reason to hurry up and have another one is because of Stephanie's body, like dealing with the pregnancy. If she's already into it, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, cool. When she gets a little time to recharge and has another one, as opposed to like heal all up and then have another one like years later, like after you've gotten over the hump of having it and then have to go through that again with your body. I feel like that might be a little tough.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know nothing about all of that, but if you with it, then I'm with it. You know what I mean? Like, if she say so, then yeah.
Hey, listen, you sound like, look, I'm gonna drop this kid in here. Go ahead and cook it. I don't care what you gotta do to cook it. Just make sure it works. Make sure it incubates.
I'm gonna cook it. I brought some more ingredients. If you want to do another one later, another one later, just holler at me.
Let me know. Let me know when it's done.
No, that's funny. That's real. It's funny, let me know when it's done. Cause when my wife was pregnant with our first child, she couldn't really stand to be in my presence.
Oh,
so that's what it was. Like, let me know when it's done. Like, let me know when they're here. Okay. Then I'll come back through until then, I'm gonna go. I'll be at the bar. I'll be at the bar with the fellas. Just just doing my thing. But no, it was How's that? How is that with Stephanie? She has his mood swings. Is that a thing or no?
Hey, listen, she's listening right now, so we're gonna move on to the next question.
Say it. I don't care if she's listening. Say it.
Moving on to the next question.
We're on a podcast. We need real content. We need real content for the people out here, Stephanie.
Stephanie's fine. No, she actually surprisingly, I feel like she had more mood swings before we got pregnant. Like now she's happy. There's a baby in there. She's happy. He's swimming. She's happy. She's swimming. She's happy. You know what I mean? Like she's. I don't know. She just seems like much happier because I feel like she wanted to have this kid. So it's been dope for me. Yeah, she said I thought I was a peach to deal with. You are darling. You are a peach to deal with.
You say darling?
Yes, I called her darling. Darling.
That's how y'all be talking. Okay, you guys are gonna do just fine then.
This is how we are. This is how we're gonna.
You guys are gonna make it. She said darling.
The best thing is though that we have a lot of conversations and we communicate. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of discussion back and forth about what we're about to do in certain situations. So it's not confusion when the kid comes out. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Do we have a name yet? Do we have a name? Do we have a name?
We don't have a name for the public yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you off air with
privately. Okay, privately. Okay.
What we're deciding to do. We want to wait to announce that. Leave a little something for the people. When it happens, and it's a surprise, so we can introduce them to the world.
Okay. A little surprise at the end of the. Okay.
At the end of the thing, man. But yeah, so it's
you need to do a poll. Fun. Do a poll. Let the people vote. Throw some names out there. Put the candidate. Get you about 6-7 candidates, and then let the votes. The percentages.
See.
Decision 2021.
Maybe we should do that. We should be like, hey, you know what? And then at the end, just use the name we were going to use the whole time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just have a poll. Don't release the results and be like, "This is who y'all chose."
If Marques gets in there, I don't know how that name got on the ballot. I don't know. It wasn't me.
Hey, listen, we've been through a lot, bro, and you've saved me in a lot of different situations. So one of these kids down the line, that'll definitely be on the list of possibles.
He said one of these kids. How many y'all gonna have?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh my God.
We'll find out. I mean, right now I'm thinking 2 to 3 is a good number. You know what I'm saying?
He said 2 to 3. 2 to 3 is 2.5. Round up to 3. You prolific. You're gonna be prolific.
Hey,
you
but
prolific.
Listen, sometimes you overshoot, and next thing you know, you got 7, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, Brandon got 4.
I know.
I said, oh, you're prolific, Brandon.
Hey, he's out here shooting the club up.
My guy is out here just spreading his seed across the earth.
Listen, when I was younger, I did want to have like a kid of every nationality. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to have a little Asian Glenn. I wanted to have a little Hispanic Glenn. You know what I'm saying? Like a little Canadian Glenn, a little French Glenn with the beret. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted all of them.
Not the beret. Not the beret.
I wanted a little kimono Glenn.
Kimono Glenn.
Just all that shit. I want a little Glenn with the boomerang from Australia.
Oh man, you're borderline. They're gonna hit you. They're gonna come for you on social media.
I want a little Eskimo Glenn. You know what I'm saying?
No, they're coming. They're coming for you.
Little Eskimo Glenn. Glenmo. Hey, Glenmo.
I'm certain that you did not use one of the politically correct names to describe, the rest of your imaginary kids. I'm certain.
Hey, but listen, that was what I want. That's how I wanted it to go down. You know what I mean? But now I'm happy. 70 said she's not doing 7 children. She said that's too. She's not birthing 7 children. But I feel like what there might be.
She left that kind of open ended, so 6 is cool.
Yeah, right. She's like 7's too many, but 6 might be all right. But I feel like by the time we're on 3, they'll have like birthing pods. You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting super advanced technologically, and I think birthing pods might be a thing. You just choose out a birthing pod, and then you come pick your baby up in 9 months.
When you hit 3 kids, I'm just thinking about all the shoes that you're gonna buy. It's just. I got 2. I'm done. I'm done.
So wait, did you get your kids little Jordans and whatnot?
Oh yeah, my my dad and them live up in Portland, which is where Nike headquarters is,
Oh, okay.
or Beaverton, and they have access to the Nike employee store. So my kid's footwear is way better than mine, and always has been.
Wow.
They get
Okay.
him discounted, and they always just, they would have just, I can't even describe to you what the shoe game around here was like when they were kids. They just had more shoes than they could even wear. Air Maxes, Jordans,
So
you
they
know,
was hip.
Kyrie's. They had all of that, you know.
That's the one thing. Like, if I had to go back, I'll give him a little bit more, like access to style. You know what I'm saying? Not that I didn't have access. Like, I just didn't care. Like, Nintendo came out, and I did not give a fuck about fashion. I was like, you just buy me the next Super Mario. That's all I want. My mom would be like,
I
don't you want new school clothes? I'll be like, just give me one outfit, and then the rest just get me Nintendo games, and I'll be cool.
I definitely, and I've talked about this with my wife before. The kids are spoiled, but it's not just me. It's like everybody at my age, like all the kids are super spoiled. They don't have nothing that they want. Ask them what they want for a birthday, or they can't even tell you what they want because they already got it and they've been had it. Like, it's just, I don't know what that is. Like, is that a socioeconomic? I don't understand it.
I was saying that I want my kid to, like, I don't want him to grow up poor, but I want to just treat him like he's poor. You know what I'm saying? So that
I get that.
So that
I
he
get
grows
that.
up like knowing how to struggle or how to deal with not getting what he wants, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
I get that, but I got their grandparents and their aunts and them guys, like, they're like, what do you want? And then they just get it. And
wow.
so, like, even if you have intentions of trying to keep it a little bit more, I don't want to do, I want to make, whatever, I want to make it work for it. I want to, to understand the value of this and that. The grandparents will come in and wreck the whole set.
That's what
The
my
whole thing.
grandmother called today, saying that that's what she was going to do. She's like, I can't wait to spoil him. I'm like, damn.
They will wreck the whole scenario. Everything they don't care nothing about. Your mom doesn't care anything about what your program or whatever you're trying to have going. They don't care. They don't care about that.
They just gonna give it. They just gonna give them the whatever.
So these guys, man, got hoverboards and bikes and motorized scooters and Xbox and Nintendo Switch, and my daughter got an iPhone better than me. Like,
Wow.
that's how that works.
But you old. You don't know how to use an iPhone anyway.
I don't.
You
I
probably be
actually do
looking
not.
in FaceTime with your nose all in the camera.
Um,
Like, well, how do I get this thing to show my face?
These guys they got it all, man. They got it all, man. It's different. It's not that it's different. It's different than when I was coming up, man. These guys, like I told you, you ask them what they want for their birthday or Christmas, and they stuck. They stuck because there ain't no material item that they need,
Well,
So I'm gonna get them some food.
yeah, right. Well, shit. I don't know. I mean, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if I'm gonna be a spoiling, because I feel like the reason why you spoil them is because you just don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with them like complaining or whatever. You just want to be done.
It's just easy, man. You're older. You're gonna be an older dad. You're gonna be like 40 or something or whatever. So, like, the older parents don't have the patience to deal with all of the, I want to, oh, here, just here,
Right.
And so older parents, Glenn, sorry, they tend to deal with their kids like that. So you're in that,
Well,
you're in
definitely.
that range.
But the good news is, as an older parent, I am going to have this platform, the Blerd Dad podcast platform, to get all your insight and information on how to raise these kids. And this includes you, Marcus. You'll be able to help me out, and all the listeners too, man. So we're about to wrap this thing up. You got anything you want to plug or talk about to the people before we sign off?
No, not really.
Okay. All righty then. All right, man. I'll get up with you later. I'm gonna sign off this thing, and I'll hit you up a little bit later.
All right, man. Be easy.
All right. All right. That was my college roommate, Marques, for the first pilot episode of the Blerd Dad podcast. You got some insight that you probably shouldn't have got, but I'm not going to edit it out because that's what we're doing here. We're just talking real, kind of off the cuff, and we're going to raise up this kid together because that's what we do here. Blerd stick together. So until next time, y'all keep being blerdy. Blerd Dad is out. Am I out? I should be out. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.